All right, let's try this again. I think we have our audio back now. Okay, sorry about that. We had a little audio issue there. We have our audio back now, so I'm going to start over compared to what I was talking about just a little while ago. We are tracking these showers and storms that are moving through our area right now, and these storms have been sub-severe, just below severe status. Right now, we have what is called a special weather statement for this part of the storm coming into West Georgia through Carroll County. It's passed through Haralson County. It'll be moving into Douglas County through Carroll, Heard, Coweta, and also South Fulton. It's a special weather statement with winds of 50 miles an hour. So that's just below what we would classify as a severe thunderstorm. That's why it's not a severe thunderstorm warning yet. It is possible this could be elevated to a severe thunderstorm warning, but just be aware this is the main system that we have been talking about here for days. And the main part, as we said, will be coming in Saturday morning, mid-morning to around lunchtime and a little bit after that. And this is the main line that we're watching right now that's getting closer to moving into the city. So far, we have had some suspect areas of rotation earlier this morning when this line was coming out of Alabama, moving into West Georgia near Polk County, near Cedartown, and up near Floyd County a little bit earlier. But when it moved into Georgia, that weakened, and the rotation went away, and that storm actually weakened a little bit. So there was never a severe thunderstorm warning there or a tornado warning there too. But we're keeping an eye on this line as it moves in. We have not seen any other suspect areas of rotation lately, but that's not out of the question that we could see some firing up. I will tell you though, we did have a tornado warning north of Montgomery a little bit earlier. It is now, that rotation has kind of gone away. They have dropped the tornado warning. There's a severe thunderstorm warning there. So we're keeping an eye specifically on this part here as it gets closer to West Georgia over near Columbus, possibly near LaGrange a little bit later. So that's one area that we're keeping a close eye on too. But this entire line is moving from the west into the east. The other main issue that we have been dealing with is a lot of heavy rain with this. We have had numerous reports scattered around North Georgia of flooding that has been taking place, and creeks and streams rising up over their banks in some areas, as well as low-lying spots on some roads where some water has been coming over those roads. I'm going to put this into live mode now. We have a couple of flash flood warnings that I want to tell you about. We have a flash flood warning right now that is up in Bartow County that's going to be in effect until 3:30. We've had some heavy rain there, and numerous roads in Bartow County have been covered up in water there. So you've got to be careful if you're out driving around this morning, and if you see any water covering up a roadway, don't go over it. You just don't know how deep that water is, or if part of the roadway underneath that water is washed out. There is another one here in Cherokee County where we have another flash flood warning. And I know this green that you see there is kind of hard to see because it's right along the county line here, there, and then it comes right up. Does not include far northwest Cherokee County, but along 575 and near Canton, we have also had reports in those surrounding areas of water excuse me, on the roadways in some spots and some flooding that has been around. This is going to be in effect until 4:30. The other thing we have is a tornado watch. I'm going to show you this that is over into Alabama. The interesting thing about this is the Storm Prediction Center has extended the expiration time over into Alabama, but in West Georgia, they have not expanded the time yet. So as of right now, this watch is set to expire at 11 o'clock. We're waiting to see if our National Weather Service is going to expand that time, the expiration time, to go a little bit later, or to see if the National Weather Service and Storm Prediction Center will be issuing a new tornado watch, maybe extending it into more counties here in West Georgia. The flood watch was extended a little bit earlier to include a few more counties. If you were with us last night, you'll recall that flood watch did not include the city of Atlanta last night, but this morning they expanded it to include the city of Atlanta and a few other counties too. Last night it included Haralson County, Paulding County, Cobb County, and then it went up into Bartow and Dawson County. Well, now additional counties have been added in, like Carroll County, Douglas County, Fulton County, also DeKalb, Gwinnett, Forsyth County and also into Hall County, and then of course up toward White County. They were already included in that yesterday. So there has been an expansion of this flood watch, and this is going to be in effect through the afternoon hours tonight. So let's go back to radar so we can see here what we're watching with this system. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that butts up right to the Georgia line there near Troup County. This is over into Alabama. This is brand new here. It includes Auburn along 85 there. It stops right at Troup County, stops at Harris, does not include Muskogee County. But that's that line, that system that we really need to watch, because that one had a history of some rotation earlier back into Alabama. So we'll keep an eye on that to see if it holds together, potentially getting up near Troup County in just a little bit too. These have been heavy in Cleburne County. That's now moving into Bowdoin. Nicole and I have been watching here this part of the storm, this bowing out section right here coming into Heard County. Has some strong winds with it. That goes up into Carroll and then goes up here getting closer to Douglas County. So we most likely are seeing some strong winds. I want to look at velocity right now just to make sure that nothing is looking crazy with that right now. I don't see anything too alarming right now over near Carrollton, where we kind of see that little, in the reflectivity, that little curve that we're watching right here. But that bowing out part right here is an indicator of some strong winds in parts of Carroll County there, down into areas of Heard County. So we'll keep an eye on that to see if the National Weather Service is going to elevate that up into a severe thunderstorm warning, but that is not happening yet. So in Atlanta, if you're in the city and to the east of the city, you're thinking, what's going on? We don't have any rain going on here. Nothing's heavy. We don't have any storms, but that is on the way. This is the line that we're watching as it continues to get closer to the metro area. It does contain that heavy rain. We have some strong winds with it, and then also watching that bit of the system back toward Montgomery and near Auburn, Alabama, that's approaching the West Georgia line there on the south side, to see if that holds together too. Let me look and see. I'm keeping an eye on here. I'm not just texting here or looking at my phone. I'm keeping an eye on the chat that I have with the National Weather Service. Again, that special statement that I told you about earlier for Heard, Carroll, Coweta, Douglas, and Fulton. Showing 50-mile-an-hour winds. Again, that's just below what we would classify as a severe thunderstorm warning. And of course, we're keeping an eye there along with those winds in association with that system there as well. Let me show you here a couple of tower cams. This is our tower cam that we have right now up in Rome, where we do have some heavy rain that has been moving in there along with that. I'll put it up full screen so you can see that a little bit better here. They've had some heavy rain in Rome. The flags aren't blowing there briskly or anything. No imminent storms there. This is a look at Northside Hospital, looking up 400 right there at 285 in the King and Queen building. We have clouds that are thickening up. No major rain coming in yet, but we will be seeing that rain coming in to the north and west side pretty soon here. And then also, this is our tower cam that is at Arizona Avenue. And that shows, as we look toward the west, those darker clouds at the distance is part of that storm system that's going to be moving into our area here very shortly, with some of that heavy rain that's going to keep pushing into our area. So a lot to watch out there this morning. This is the time frame when we're seeing that main area that is going to be moving in. Here again is a look at that severe weather outlook, the convective outlook that shows that risk there, mainly on the west side of some of that, where the chances for any of those stronger storms, that'll be heaviest there. And that really corresponds with what we're seeing on radar with those stronger storms around Montgomery moving up into this direction. So level 1 risk for Atlanta and up to the north and east of us, but a level 2 risk really from Rome down through these counties here that are near or right at the Georgia line, and then also extending over into Douglas, South Fulton, parts of Coweta, parts of Meriwether County too. So that's the area that we're watching a little more intently for that potential for some of these storms to turn strong. Let's go back to radar though, because I want to keep you posted on all of this as it gets a little bit closer to us here. We of course have an 11 Alive weather impact alert in effect through the afternoon hours. We're thinking by later this afternoon Once we get this main line moving through, things are going to start calming down a little bit, but it's just not moving that fast. So when it does move into your area, you're going to get a good bit of heavy rain for a good amount of time there, and that's why we are concerned about the potential for some flooding. Again, those flood-prone areas, low-lying areas that are susceptible to flooding, those are the spots that we need to be watching very closely there as it moves in. So I'll put this into motion again here for you so you can get an idea of what we're watching and really how it's not moving that fast. The initial line is pushing over toward the east, and then within that line, the individual storms are moving from the southwest to the northeast here. So you've got the line moving this way, but then these individual storms pushing up into this direction here, up toward the north and also to the east. And it has been leaving behind some pretty impressive rainfall amounts. So I want to show you some of our rain totals here. We'll get a little bit tighter and query some of these. So let me just take you first and show you some of these rain totals up into parts of Cherokee County, where we have more than 3 inches of rain in the past 24 hours, where we have the flash flood warning, also 2.9 inches of rain there in Bartow County, where we have the flash flood warning. Now we also, though, back in Polk County, have reports, these are Doppler radar estimates there, of almost 4 inches of rain in parts of Polk County, also getting into the northern parts of Carroll County. Well, gosh, that last one that just came up here is a 5-inch estimate of rainfall in the past 24 hours. And I know the National, the National Weather Service is also keeping an eye on those totals as this next part of the rain moves in to see if they need to be issuing any flash flood warnings over into Carroll County or also into Polk County. Here in Atlanta, in fact, look at DeKalb County, only a 1/2 inch of rain so far. South Fulton, though, almost 3/4 of an inch, and those amounts are about to go up as we see that rain that is going to continue to push in here. So there you can see, as we've zoomed in a little bit tighter to Atlanta, how we don't have rain here yet, but this is that leading edge and of that line that is moving in. It's still going to take a while for it to get into the city, but just know that folks on the north side and on the west side are getting hit hard by this rain that is moving in right now. But again, the good news is we don't have any severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings with this. We're not seeing anything suspect right now out of this as far as any type of, I'm looking at velocity right now just to see. Again, I was really interested in this little part right here in Carrollton where we saw the reflectivity. We'll keep an eye on that to see if we get anything suspect out of that. But it's that part down to the south where we see it bowing out a little bit, which is an indicator of some strong winds in that area of Carroll County. And right now, it looks like it is mainly just some strong winds in that bowing out section that get up to around 50 miles an hour here right now too. I'm going to look at one of our other sources here really quick so that we can kind of keep an eye on what we're watching here and the information that I'm getting in from the Weather Service. Okay, the Weather Service is telling us that they are about to expand the watch southward and westward, and it'll be in effect until 2 p.m. So the tornado watch that we were talking about earlier and showing you earlier right here is going to be expanded to include a few more counties. Okay, there it is right now. I'm going to go ahead and update this time here on this map. It's going to be in effect until 2 p.m. That's going to change there on your map in just a second. So that's okay, and then there it just updated the brand new tornado watch here. So let me show you here what we have. This new tornado watch, this is just in, let me get in here just a little bit tighter here, and I'll change the perspective on this to take us to here. So this is the brand new tornado watch. Actually, it's not a new tornado watch, but it's new information on the current tornado watch. They have taken out some of the counties there to the north, taken out Polk County, Floyd County, Haralson County. Carroll County is in this watch now until 2 o'clock. Coweta County, Meriwether County. We also have Heard County, Troup County, and then that goes down to Harris County, Muskogee County, and the county just to the south of Columbus there too. So this is the new information just in Cleburne and Randolph over in Alabama. You are also still included here in this watch too. So an expansion of the counties that are included in the watch, and also an extension of the time of expiration now until 2 o'clock. So those are the spots. We're watching mainly south and west of the city where we have this tornado watch that is in effect. And again, those up in Haralson County, Polk County, Floyd County, you are no longer in that watch that we have out there right now. So that's just the newest information that is just in. The other warnings that we have right now are flash flood warnings in Bartow County and also into Cherokee County with the heavy rain that's been moving in. Here's an update now on that severe thunderstorm warning back into Alabama, showing here those storms that are just, this watch stops right at the Georgia line, but this has been interesting. This part of that system, when it moved in north of Montgomery, they issued a tornado warning with it because of some rotation there. Now it is a severe thunderstorm warning, but we're watching to see if there'll be any additional rotation there with that as it gets closer to the West Georgia line here. Specifically, Troup County is near LaGrange. In LaGrange, that is one of the counties that we are responsible for. Once you get down into Harris and Muskogee County, then it goes into the Columbus viewing area. But of course, we're here streaming. Anybody can be watching us here, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. But specifically, we're keeping our eye on that for our viewers on the Atlanta TV side here that are down in LaGrange and also into parts of Troup County. And then still watching this part right here in West Georgia from Carroll County down toward Heard County. This is about to move into Coweta, and this is a really bowing section here, which is going to have some strong winds with it. A little notch right here, there in eastern Coweta, then going up into Douglas County. Heavy rain that is moving through there right now. In fact, I'll widen out there and put this into motion. And you can see the progression of what we're watching here. These storms or these showers have been heavy up in parts of North Georgia here. We've had some really impressive rainfall amounts. Look at this cluster of thunder and lightning here coming out of Pickens County, moving into Dawson County. That's in the southern parts of Gilmer County here too. Let me put this into live mode. I want to do a lightning count for you, and I'll do it over just Georgia. Includes a little bit of Alabama right there. Within these storms, we have about 54 lightning strikes in the past 15 minutes. That's in this entire red box. It doesn't include that lightning back into Alabama, but it includes this in West Georgia here, in Haralson County, Carroll County, Polk County. Paulding County has a good bit of lightning there with that cell, also into Cherokee County. And then this one there, I'm going to get in a little bit tighter so we can see here that cell between Jasper and Juneau. I'm going to do another query on this so that we can see just out of that storm, just kind of covering that in red, we've got 23 lightning strikes. So out of all of North Georgia, we had 54 lightning strikes, but most of that is coming out of this right here in northern Dawson County and into those areas of Pickens County and to the northern parts of Cherokee County. About 23 lightning strikes in the past 15 minutes there out of that thunderstorm that is pushing through right now. Just keeping an eye here, making sure we don't have any new information coming in from the National Weather Service here of any imminent changes in any of these warnings here. But again, the main thing that we have been watching is not only the strong winds and the heavy rain, but some spots have been picking up some flooding. And on our National Weather Service chat that I'm monitoring here, we have numerous emergency managers that are also reporting some of the flooding issues that they have going on in their areas. Gilmer County, several reports of trees and power lines down, around 600 power outages in Gilmer County. River gauges are starting to see a rapid increase in the water levels there too in some spots. Cherokee County, Union Hill near Paint Horse Road. Road is covered in water there. They've had to close that road so people won't drive through it. Bagwell Road in Carroll County closed due to flooding until further notice per the emergency managers there. Reported flooding at Fincher Road and Paul King Drive in Cherokee County. So that's what we're seeing with some of the reports coming in from these emergency managers. We are going to see a new flash flood warning about to come out for Dawson, Pickens, and West Lumpkin counties, with additional flood reports coming in there too. So as of right now, we have these flood warnings in effect for Bartow County, Cherokee County, but the Weather Service is saying now that they are about to, they're drafting it up right now, and we're going to see this pop up on the screen here in just a moment, a flash flood warning for Dawson, Pickens, and Lumpkin. So that would be this part right here in that cell that I was just talking about with all that lightning and the heavy rain. This would be Dawson County, parts of Pickens County, as well as Lumpkin County right here. So we're going to be seeing a green polygon showing up right here in just a few minutes on your screen there on radar. Not only are they having a lot of lightning there, but also plenty of heavy rain as that system moves through. So a lot to watch this morning. It is a soggy Saturday morning. Now again, here in Atlanta, you're probably like, why are they talking about all of this rain here? You're not having it yet, but the heavy stuff is on the way. And this initial line of heavy rain isn't moving that fast. So you're going to get some good heavy rain that lasts for a while. And that's why we're seeing some of that flooding in spots in parts of North Georgia right now. And also, the ground in North Georgia has been a little more saturated because the rain started there first yesterday, and it was a good soaking rain. And so the ground is getting saturated, and now as this heavier rain comes through with some of these storms, we're seeing the roads and some of the ground not able to take that much water, and that's why in these low-lying areas we're seeing a lot of runoff, and the conditions there are deteriorating with that water that is rising in some spots and causing some of the flooding in those areas. And this is bearing down now on the north side where we have where we see this heavy rain in Cobb County. North Fulton County, it's coming in. Cherokee, you've got it. Cobb County, stretching back toward Douglas. The leading edge here, where we go from no rain at all to heavy rain, could be really windy here along this leading edge too. That is getting closer here to the northwest side of the perimeter. I'm going to see, I don't think I have my tower cams. Let me see if I can get my tower cams really quick here. I want to put up the tower cam that we have at Truist Park. And let me get that going here really quick. As we're here on streaming, okay, hold on. We're about to have, hey guys, I need on streaming here, we're going to run to the studio. We're about to have a tornado warning issued for parts of Carroll County, so stand by. We're going to switch to our TV mode right now. So I'm going to put this back to maps, and we will be with you in just a moment on television and here on streaming. Hey Marcos, we're about to have a tornado warning in Carroll County. I'm going to be at the Key with Max 1.
That's why I need to know.
Key with Max 1. It's going to be coming up soon, so let's get ready.